Today I fucked up by not knowing what black coffee is. So with a new patio in the back garden being done, we have a local handyman there doing his thing. Naturally I offer to make him a drink, to which he replies black coffee. Now, being a clueless, tea-drinking Brit, I assume black coffee is a type of branded coffee or something. Can't find it, make him a normal milky coffee instead. Perfect. I apologize to him saying we don't have any black coffee, to which he laughs, not sure why at the time. I hand over this milky mug of coffee to him, and his face instantly shifts to the most defeated look ever. The couple seconds of silence were ended with him saying cheers mate in a disappointed manner. This continued for the rest of the day, every time he asked for a coffee until he eventually went home. Eventually found out it's just coffee with no milk. Can't look him in the eye now. Too long didn't read, gave someone who wanted black coffee milk coffee multiple times without realizing it's just coffee without milk. Edit, a lot of people asking. I'm 19. As a distinctly average Brit, I'd like to make it completely clear we're not all this clueless. The fact the guy asked for it more than once and did not say anything, even just, hey can you get me a coffee with no milk in it this time? But then again I would have just not asked for any more coffee and brought my own coffee the next day. Yeah, how did he not explain what a black coffee was? That's just politeness to a fault. Black coffee drinker here. You monster? Please don't tell op what potatoes are. Being a clueless, tea-drinking Brit. You can't bring an entire nation in your today I fucked up. I'm sure other Brits know what black coffee is even if they don't drink it. Today I fucked up by loudly telling a female workmate I was going to finger her. So I, M22, work in a factory that is slightly short-staffed, so from time to time some of the office staff have to come through to the factory and help out. One of these office workers is a F18, who we'll call Jess. So Jess was in the factory helping out and I happened to walk past her wearing some rubber gloves. Now Jess and I have a friendly bit of banter from time to time, and so as I was passing her she looked at my gloves and said, "You look like you're about to go finger a cow." Which is a bit of a weird thing to say, but hey ho. So me being the master of wit that I am instantly thought right, now's my time to shine. If I say the right thing I could turn this into a funny insult and call her a cow. My brain decided malfunction and what actually came out was, "I'll finger you." Not surprisingly this immediately drew a funny look from her and I felt my face start to glow red from awkwardness. Because of the level of noise at the factory I have sort of developed a loud voice in order to be heard. It just so happened that one of the machines cut out at almost the same moment, and the factory went relatively quiet. Everybody in the immediate vicinity heard and looked over at me. At this point I wanted to just crawl into a hole, but I stood my ground and tried explaining myself. I meant that as though you're a cow, not that I actually want to finger you. This seemed to clear things up for her, but now everyone at work keeps making fingering puns and innuendos. I can't look Jess in the eye anymore. Work's gonna be a little awkward for a while. TL/doctor. Female workmate said I looked like I was going to go finger a cow, so as my attempt at a witty response I said I'll finger you. Now workmates are ripping me a new one by constantly making fingering references. Edit, my first silver and gold. I'm glad my fuck up was able to entertain you all a little, smiley face, thank you, internet strangers. Edit 2, holy shit, platinum. Anonymous platinum giver, if you were a cow, I would definitely finger you, smiley face. I didn't mean that I wanted to finger you, I meant that you're as fat as a cow. Places face in palm. Could have been worse, at least HR didn't hear you shout that. Hopefully it'll blow over after a few days, either that or you'll be forever known as the creepy fingering guy. I'm thinking it's gonna last a while, the guys at my workplace really run things like this into the ground. And my factory doesn't really have an hour department, so I'm okay there, smiley face. You look like you're gonna go finger a cow. Don't flatter yourself Jess, I would never finger you. Edit, this is now my top comment, and I'm not ashamed. Edit 2. Thank you to you /Teslan Prius for gilding this comment just so I always remember it. This isn't the first time I've speculated on cow fingering, and it won't be the last. That's the basic gist of what I wanted to say. I just had a serious brain fart. Now whenever new staff come around for orientation, your cow workers will say something along the lines of, "And that's you /Pacey McPete, the cow fingerer. When you see him put on his gloves you better stay clear. Because if the cow doesn't move then he'll come finger you too." Edit. Great. Now my first gold is about fingering cows. I'm feeling very offended by all these cow jokes. Like, come on guys, I have feelings too. I, for one, do not like come on guys. Today I fucked up by teaching my daughter to talk. Actually happened yesterday. The effects are still rampant this morning. Grocery shopping with my 1-year-old girl. She's just the sweetest. Really loves cooking and shopping with her daddy. Is chatty with anyone that will talk to her and waves at literally everyone. So of course we've been teaching her to say everyday words as well as any new ones we think she can pick up on. She's getting quite the vocabulary for being so little. As it goes, I decided to grill some chicken and have a nice garden salad for dinner with a homemade balsamic vinaigrette. I took my little angel to the store with me to grab a few things, and when I picked up the balsamic vinegar, I heard a familiar question. "What's that?" I told her it was balsamic vinegar, which she pronounced bar salty N-word. I tried to correct her to no avail. Her decision was concrete. My adorable little girl is passing out N-words. I'm mortified. She's loudly and proudly saying her new words. We scurried out with no groceries, /people staring, and ordered pizza for dinner. She's still asking this morning when we're going to eat bar salty N-word. Too long didn't read. Tried to teach my 1-year-old to say balsamic vinegar. She's now saying bar salty N-word with reckless abandon. Edit. Her 4-year-old brother is now saying it too. One guess who is staying home from preschool today. Edit 2. Some people are asking about how she's speaking so well at a year. She's actually 13 months old, but I detest giving her age in months now that she's reached a year. She talks constantly, asks for things, says please and thank you, knows names for specific toys and items, asks for specific things to eat, knows all of our names in our immediate family and grandparents. The how is we taught her to speak along with ASL, American Sign Language, so before she could speak she could ask for milk, or more, or to be changed and a few other things before she was able to vocalize her needs. It's the best parenting thing we've ever done. Edit 3. I'm really enjoying reading all the stories of other kids mixing up words. This post will definitely be saved as a gift for her 21st. Last edit. I'm pretty sick of some people saying my daughter can't talk, and that kids don't speak until 18-2 years. Here's a small article with 5 sources advocating ASL for babies. It helped her develop her spoken words more easily. Don't be a dick about my kid, you fucking don't know it all shitbags. When I was younger, my little brother saw a black man for the first time and said, "Look, it's a chocolate milk man." My mom almost died of embarrassment. A little girl walked right up to my grandfather, pointed and said, "Mommy, look. A chocolate man." The mother was, obviously, absolutely mortified. My grandfather just chuckled and said, "Hello there, vanilla girl." My nephew once reached for a lady in the store with a cat on her shirt, but also very large breasts, and said very loudly, "Here titty titty titty." My sister was trying to explain while the lady was dying of laughter. That's definitely a story to brought out at her 21st birthday party. It's like I want to video it. But I also do not want a record of my little blue-eyed girl busting out in words. My little brother was trying to ask if we needed bread. His 5-year-old pronunciation came out like, "Do you want to get naked?" This is very translated and seems unlikely, but in my language it's only a letter difference. Dutch rocks. Teach her to say Arnold Schwarzenegger next. This does put a smile on my face.